Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to G Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. And tonight is the 29th of August. And yeah, it's going on 7 p.m. already. That's because I've been hunkered down in the cabin with air conditioning. As you can see, it's still 92 degrees. And the humidity has dropped to 24%. It's been running close to 30% for the last few days. And just hot. It says it's going to rain, but that's a possibility of this time because I saw on the news that there's a good possibility that the mountains and deserts could get some thunder showers on Sunday and Monday. So we'll see what happens there. Just wanted to cover that. As you can see, the winds are up too, and that's another thing. The winds don't feel that relaxing with the high humidity. It just makes everything sticky. I've taken a bunch of extra showers, but on the good note is I'm going to be getting all my water completely refilled on Saturday. I've got my water delivery coming out. I'll get 3,700 gallons replaced. I should have plenty of room for it. As you can see, my totes down there, these two on this side, they're 250 gallons each. That's 500, but they're half empty, so there's only 250 gallons allowed there. That one there is 3/4 empty. So I get another 200 gallons or so there, so that's 450 I can take right down there. I also have my my two new totes here, and those are completely empty, so I got another 500 there. And up at the main tank, I'm down to about, right now, probably about 400 gallons left in there. And all the blue barrels are empty because I drained those down to those totes down by the garden house. So that's going to be a good thing to have the refill coming in. I'll take the whole amount of water and have everything topped off by the end of the day on Saturday. I might take an extra long shower that night. All right, so some of the things that I've been doing here is because the eagle flew on Wednesday, I did pick up some more lumber, and this lumber is for a workbench inside the new garage area. And it'll be a nice heavy-duty, sturdy workbench. I got another 2x12 by 12 here for half price because of the crack in the end of it right there. So what I'll do is I'll squirt that down and get it wet, and then I'll fill it with Gorilla Glue and put a clamp on there and let that Gorilla Glue dry, and then I'll scrape the expanded glue off, and I'll have a decent piece of lumber there. Two of those together is going to make a nice wide workbench, just about right for doing just mostly anything I want to do in there without taking up too much space inside. The 4x4 will be the legs. That's a 12-footer also, and I'll be cutting that down so that I'll have 4 legs out of there at 3 feet each. And then this 2x4 is going to fasten against the sidewall of the container underneath where the electrical run is, and that'll be what the I got the other 2x4s inside the garage right now. That'll be what the 2x4s will connect on, and then I'll put the 2x12s over the top of that for the top surface. I also picked up electrical boxes and that stuff for lighting, and more electrical outlets on the orange side of the container inside the garage. And I got all my conduit up here on the rack, so I'm ready to go with that. I do have 80 gallons of water in those barrels ready to get transferred to, but I'm going to wait until I do the refill and see where I'm going to put those. Most likely they'll end up down here at the garden house, and everything will be topped off, so I'll be starting anew with topped off water. All right, nice wind blowing with getting my electricity cranked up there, and I've got to fine-tune the direction on my antennas there, because I especially late at night I'll have channels that'll float in and out, and on the TV itself, on the setup, you can press this one or click on this one button, and it says antenna, and it shows you the antenna strength. And I'm just one little square over the center mark of the adjustment, so I'm probably a couple of degrees off on where those have to point. But I'll wait until my friend gets out here, and that way I'll have one person watching the TV while I'm up there adjusting it, and they can watch that gauge go up and down and say, yep, that's the peak right there, and that's where we'll set it. All right. That's about all there's going to be for today. It's going to be a short one. This is Labor Day weekend coming up here for Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And, of course, that's usually when a lot of people take their last hurrah out to the desert places and the mountains and the rivers and the lakes and whatever for the end of summer. This is the official end of summer type party thing. So we'll see if anybody comes around here, because normally I see a bunch of campers lining up down there already, and I don't see anybody lining up down there at all. Although I did see a couple of them stop on the other side of the highway down there. They were heading north, going somewhere, and they just stopped, I guess, to have lunch around lunchtime. And that's that. All right, so I'm going to say, everybody, please give me a thumbs up down there. Don't forget to share with your friends. Don't forget to save it if you need to save this, or download it if you want. Put it on a CD and save it for later, so you can get references back to my videos on how to do things. We're going to get some how-tos going here real quick, because I understand that we're going into a heat wave here for the next couple of days, but then the temperatures are going to mellow out and go back to normal. And I'll get some nice how-tos going. Anybody have any questions or recommendations on what they want to know how to do? Let me know. I think if the heat's going to persist, I will do the rekeying video on how to rekey a lock. And I'll have a couple of different locks to show you how each one is different but similar. And the biggest difference of all locks for rekeying is the fact that you're going to have to take the lock apart to get to the pins that you have to replace to fit the new key. And that's a pretty simple process, especially with these little kits you can buy. And I've got those downloaded on a sheet of paper, so I can show you what they are with some of the basic keyings, or the types of keys and types of locks for your area. I'm sure Home Depot will have the ones in your area for the main locks in your area. This area of California, there's a lot of Schlage and Quickset. You know, those are like the two main ones. And Baldwin now is basically Quickset. They have their keyways made by Quickset. But I do some Sargent locks out here, and well, I used to. When I was in business, being retired is a nice thing. Of course, who has time to retire unless you get a flat? All right, G-Bear signing off.